Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Noreen with Beyond Brand Collective. I'm here with Bryan Lichau. Hello, Bryan. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you today?
Good to hear. I am actually very well, thank you.
Good.
We are spending the month with your social media, just kind of getting to know you as a person and as a professional. I told you that we were going to ask some questions about your background and some of your past favorite clients, things like that, kind of how you got to where you are today. Sometimes people don't like to talk about themselves online, but it's a way for people to get to know you beyond what you do for a living. And those are all just good things to build good, relationships with people that are thinking about working with you and maybe even your existing clients. So Bryan, where did you go to school I don't think your schooling is accounting, is it? I remember it being different.
Yeah, actually, I got through college without any idea of what I wanted to do. I was actually a communications major at UC Davis, and the only inkling that I had at the time was I wanted to be the head of PR for Nike. But yeah, that was taken though. So
Wow. And did you ever become the head of PR for Nike?
Not quite. No, not at all. Not even close. So yeah, I didn't know what that even entailed, or yeah. So just a young college person with no idea of what I wanted to do, essentially.
Why Nike?
Oh, I don't know. I liked the company. I'm big sports. I was always everything sports with me. I went to college to play basketball, yeah, just sports in general. And it was a good company. Yeah.
Yep. And so sports have kind of followed you into your adult life, right? So I know you've been involved with Peninsula High School, and you were the one that told me that their eagle, is it
Seahawks?
The Osprey comes
Seahawks.
from,
yes.
The Osprey in your logo comes originally from the Seahawks, and actually the Peninsula Seahawks. Is that correct?
Correct. They were the original Seahawks.
I don't know if I believe this still, but you told me that the Seattle Seahawks borrowed the Osprey from the Peninsula High School logo.
They bought it. Yeah, they actually bought the Seahawks logo from Peninsula High School.
That is unreal. I can't believe that's
pretty
true.
Crazy. I know.
Okay, so everybody's learning new Gig Harbor trivia today.
Right.
So, very famous basketball team called the Peninsula High School What are they called?
Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
Peninsula Seahawks. Yes.
But the bird is an osprey.
Yeah, exactly. From what I understand, there's really no such thing as a Seahawk itself. It's actually named after an osprey. So, yep.
Got it.
Yeah.
And how are you involved with those kids? What does that look like? What do you?
I've coached. I've coached at Peninsula for 7 years now, and 2013 is when I started, and just helping teach them not just about the game of basketball, but how to be good teammates, how to be good people, how to thrive in our world. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And I'm actually took a step away this year, so just to focus more with everything going on as well. Basketball season's not going to be until May. If we even have one, hopefully we do. But
you even have what?
Even if we have a season this year, hopefully we do.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I decided to just focus on the business a little bit more this year, and had to step away a little bit just to refocus.
Yeah.
But I'm already missing it. It's been a big gap this year, especially.
Yeah. So you work with basketball players is about the sport, but it's also about character development, probably, right?
Probably more so. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. How to be a good teammate, how to be just a good person. So yeah, how to treat people around you, and just learning those core values. So a lot of the core values that I believe so much in, with respect and integrity and hard work. So,
trustworthiness and building respect over time. And
absolutely.
So how much time are you spending doing that now? You said you're shifting towards your business, but has COVID created a bunch of time for practice? Or are they not practicing, or what?
No, they haven't been able to do anything up until about 2 weeks ago. They were actually back in the gym and have some open gyms, but we haven't been able to do anything as a program in the gym. So it's
wow.
It's been
And do you currently have kids involved in the basketball program at Peninsula?
I do. My youngest is a sophomore, and so he will hopefully stays healthy, he'll be a part of the program as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's been a little bit related to your family.
Yeah.
So it's a way for you to spend time with your family, sounds like. So what else? Were you born and raised in Gig Harbor, or were you a transplant, or?
I'm from Northern California, a little town just east of Sacramento. I grew up there, and yeah, we moved up to Gig Harbor in '07. So it's we love the community, but yeah, I grew up in the Northern California area, and yeah, everywhere from, well, we stayed in the same town, but just remember lots of trips to San Francisco to see the Giants play, and trips up to Reno and Lake Tahoe and things like that. So yeah.
How long have you been in the Pacific Northwest?
We moved up 2007, and just before our boys got into school. So our oldest was 5 at the time, so we wanted to find a community to get settled in, and just to really become a part of before they started school. So, yeah.
Okay, so for a while then. And your family is involved in education in other ways as well. So what is that?
We are. My wife is a school counselor in the Peninsula School District, and she works with lots of kids, and she just that's the main part. She's been social worker in child protective services before, but now she's kind of found her place in education as well. Plus, I actually teach accounting classes online with the University of Phoenix, and so yeah, education is really important, and I consider myself a lifelong learner. I like to say it, and
yep.
So, yeah.
Yep, and I would say that you're a natural educator too. I mean, you do what you do for a living, but I know you're always teaching me and others about, smart business practices and accounting, and you seem to really be drawn and enjoy working with startup businesses and small businesses. What is that? Why is that?
Yeah, and I think that's a big part of it, is that education piece, that learning. That, I mean, it's to pass on knowledge that I've been fortunate enough to gain over the years, and experience that I've gained, and to be able to use that to help somebody run their business efficiently, and just accomplish what their dreams and accomplish their goals. So
sure.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And the entrepreneur in me, my dad still is a business owner, and so I've always been raised just with that entrepreneurial spirit, I think, as a big part of me. So yeah.
So how did you make the transition to accounting from what you originally thought you might end up doing?
Yeah, it's a great question. I graduated from Davis with zero idea of what I really wanted to do, and so my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, her father is a CPA, and he had a firm, a couple of partners, and they needed some help during tax season. So it was good timing there. So he said, "Why don't you come help us out, help assemble tax returns and things?" And I really enjoyed it. That was a kind of a big trigger for me. Just, okay, I love the finance piece of it. I love the numbers, the math. Obviously, this is a big part, but working with clients and getting a feel for how people do things, and how we can help, and it's really, that was a big eye opener. And so at that point, I mean, after that tax season, I decided to go back and get my MBA with a focus in accounting, and so and then from there, my CPA certificate. So I worked for that firm for 7 years, I believe, all said and done. So yeah.
So do you spend most of your time with clients interacting, or on your own working on their books? It seems like you own the people side of your business. Is that true?
Yeah, it is, and I think it depends on the time of the year, of course. But yeah, a lot of what I do is relationship management, and helping understand what clients need, and communicating that to my staff, and so we can best serve them, and just get them where they need to be. But yeah, and it's a big learning process, and just that relationship, and then more time these days, I think, reviewing work from the staff, and getting work out the door. So I like to say I'm kind of more involved in the beginning and the end of engagements with with clients to understand what they're doing up front, communicate that to staff, and then reviewing the work and making sure that that the work is correct and accurate, and just providing any additional insights and everything based on the work that was performed. So yeah.
So are you preparing people for tax season and also filing taxes? You do both sides, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we help businesses get set. Although that's less of a focus, I think, these days in the direction. But we help them, like, from a business standpoint, yes, but more from bookkeeping and transactionally, it's a little tougher for us to get involved. So we kind of take that training and learning approach to things and how we can help them run their business more smoothly. And so if they need a day-to-day, like, bookkeeper situation, then we kind of assess that, and are we the best fit for that? Or I partner with some great outside bookkeeping firms as well that that they can handle a lot more of the transactional based work. So, yeah. So
anywhere from fairly simple bookkeeping to sophisticated tax preparation to filing taxes. I know where you help real estate investors. We've been talking about real estate investors and the value of having a CPA at the table when you're considering real estate investments. So I know you do that. I know you have involvement with large corporate taxes too, right? So kind of many sizes of businesses, or is it mostly small and medium?
Yeah, small and medium mostly. I mean, a lot of the large companies, they have their own departments that handle a lot of that work, and then they end up filing with the larger firms, so the larger accounting firms. So, which is totally understandable. That's I'm not staffed for that. I might. I mean, I've got some experience there as far as working
takes
with
people,
with
right? Lots of
companies.
man hours. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I know you love working with startups. What's your ideal client? What's or not ideal, but what's your favorite? What's your sweet spot?
I mean, I love it. I mean, I work with a lot of different industries, but I gotta love the situations where, okay, maybe they've started a company about a year ago, potentially they're growing really fast, and then just need some help kind of getting restructured from the business standpoint. Okay, am I doing things the right way? Am I set up the right way for looking at tax liability, things like that? And then just getting my hands around, helping them get going on the right foot, and then from there, obviously continuing to grow with them, and then transitioning that to, like, their personal world as well. So handling the personal tax, and so making sure that the decisions that we're making on the business side are helpful for them on the personal side, and vice versa.
Yeah. There's a lot. It's a process on both sides, and then it's managing a lot of details on both sides, making sure that it's all making sense. And it seems like once the structure's in place and they kind of know how to self-manage some of it, maybe you become more of just the fine tuner.
Right.
Yeah. And their tax packages probably get better every year, right? They know what they're doing. I know mine have. Like, every year I figure out, wow, I really need to save that, or I should organize that for them so they don't miss that write-off or whatever.
Yeah, experience is the best teacher. That's right.
Exactly. So, so what did you actually get your degree in? What did you say again?
The communications.
So you have a communications degree.
I do,
and then,
which has been helpful, actually. It really has. So
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you have over 300 clients?
We do. Yeah, I think we're getting close to 400 these days. So yeah, it's we're growing pretty smoothly, and looking to continue to do so.
And you work with all different kinds of people, right? So I'm sure you use your communication skills every day, all the time.
Yes, absolutely.
So what else about your background and what you like to do, and kind of where are you going? Where are you going as a company? It sounds like you're growing. You're located in Federal Way, and I know that that's quite the metropolis in this area. You live in Gig Harbor. Are you? Is any changes coming, or growth, or things we should know about? I know you have a larger staff than I realized. You have lots of bodies there. You would have to during this tax season.
Yeah, this time of year. Yeah, definitely. There were always. I've never ruled out the possibility of having a second location farther south in Gig Harbor, potentially Tacoma. I'm not sure yet, but I think in the world we live right now, it's easier to, I mean, we're realizing how easy it is to meet virtually or to serve clients without like being in a physical location. I mean, I absolutely prefer sitting down face to face and talking, but I mean, virtual is definitely a solid alternative to that. And I think people are starting to learn that, okay, I don't have to be present in an office to do what I'm doing. So I think that's kind of made the second location conversation kind of push back a little bit and say, you know what, maybe not yet. Maybe we don't need it yet. But
it'll be so interesting to see what the world looks like in a year after everyone's kind of made all those decisions. Because I know, for example, I heard that Microsoft is doing a hybrid schedule where people come in and work 3 days and then go home and share offices. And it's really changing the fabric of what office life looks like, right? So you're thinking, oh, I need another location. Then you're thinking, well, maybe not so much since I'm doing 2/3 of everything online now. And I don't know. At some point, I think people are going to realize that there's certain kinds of even business transactions that you just really need to shake someone's hand and meet face to face. And, you know, I think it'll be interesting to see how we all come out of this. So, Yep. So very good. Well, it's nice to visit with you, Bryan. Nice to get to know you. I know that we've pressured you into doing some new photography. So your social media will have some new fun photos. I hope you got your pets in there.
We did. Yes, we did.
Good. Yes, I'm glad. Excited. And your family. And
yeah, it was fun. We actually had a lot of fun doing it, and I appreciated getting our entire office going with it, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun with it, and
yes, it's a good team building thing. Exactly. It's a good thing to see yourself, you know, on a website and to see yourself as part of a team. And I know we're also working on a new site for you, and that will be coming, and looking at designs for that. So lots of those are good changes for sure. But thanks for visiting with me, and we'll be talking to your audience more about you throughout the month. And hopefully we won't do anything too embarrassing to tell too many crazy stories. But do you have any stories or like times when you saved a client's behind, or any like fun things you could share with your audience before we wrap up here?
You know, I think one of the story that pops to mind is we had a client come to us a few years back that it was an interesting situation with one of their owners. Ended up passing away. Unfortunately, obviously, it was a tough time for them. But they came in and were realizing how much that she was doing, and it wasn't necessarily right because she'd been sick for a while, and so it was really touching to really be able to help them so much through a short period of time and get squared away with all their reporting. And so that was probably one of the more what's the word I'm looking for? Just more grateful for those types of situations and to be able
Bryan,
to help.
Is that the $9,000 bag of cash story?
Maybe. Yeah, actually, yeah. So that was one of the things they found was just literally a bag full of cash that they ended up reporting correctly, and so we helped them get to where they needed to be there. So yeah, it was
got that all sorted and accounted for.
Absolutely.
And that's the name accounting, right?
That's very true. Yeah.
I'm sure you do run into some interesting messes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and people that have missed opportunities in many different ways. I know that's one of the ways you've helped my business is you seeing the opportunities, and that things about taxes and all that are not as scary as you think they are. It's really just getting them done. It's like, wow, I've written a term paper for college that was way harder than this, or I've done a client meeting that was way worse than this. So it's really not that bad. I encourage small business owners to work with Bryan. He's been great, and he knows a lot about getting you started and structuring things the way they need to be structured. So kudos to Bryan. You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I try and pass you business when I can online. I know you do the same. And we also both, quite a few people in different service industries. So I think we end up helping quite a few people. Well, thank you so much. And we'll be talking again next month. I know going into April, we're going to do a visit with someone in the property management field about real estate investing. And I'd like to hear a little post-tax season information too, like how that all went for you and where things are sitting. So we'll be visiting again next month. And until then, good to see you, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds great. Thanks, Jennifer. It's great to see you too.
Thanks, Bryan.